Sports men and women have the ability to inspire, motivate, and shape the masses. They are role models and heroes that can significantly impact people from all walks of life. A sportsperson's career will be lived vicariously through their supporters, with them experiencing the same spectrum of emotions as the athlete, from the highs of ultimate success to the lows of disastrous failure. As an athlete gets older, their ability will start declining, and eventually a point will come where they have to retire. This is part of sport and life in general. Regardless, this has to be endured by fans. It never gets easy seeing greats bow out of their sport. This video isn't just about a great, it's about arguably the greatest in her field, and widely considered the greatest sportswoman of the 21st century, Serena Jamaica Williams, whose phenomenal career has now sadly come to an end following her loss to Tomljanovic in the US Open this year. Before I take a deep dive into Serena's early life and unlikely rise to tennis superstardom, let's take a quick look at some of her outrageous career stats. Brace yourself. So how did Serena achieve all of this? Let's start from the beginning. Legend goes that before Venus and Serena were born, their father saw Virginia Rizk win the French Open, and he was amazed by her winner's check. Because of this, he knew he would want his unborn daughters to become tennis players. Allegedly, he wrote a 78-page document in preparation for this. Serena was born September 26, 1981, in Saginaw, Michigan, to Richard Williams and Oracene Price. Serena was the youngest of Oracene's 5 children, Yetunde, Lindrea, and Isha, who were Serena's half-sisters, and of course Venus, who was her only full sister. When Serena was around 2 years old, her and her family moved to Compton, California, an infamously deprived area in the 80s. Serena first picked up a racket at the age of 3. Not long after, she and her older sister Venus were given regular coaching sessions by their father, with their mother also helping with this. Both sisters showed great ability from the get-go. This ultimately prompted Richard to start homeschooling them, allowing them to spend more time honing their tennis skills. These sessions took place on public courts around Compton, with them often witnessing crime. Throughout this time, Richard ensured his daughters were able to practice on court. As the years went by, they practiced over and over, learning their craft. By the age of 9, with many hours amassed on court, Serena started entering junior tournaments with her sister Venus, who was a year older. They both impressed everyone, especially Venus. This is where famed American coach Rick Macci comes in. Rick was one of the best coaches in tennis. He had trained great players like Jennifer Capriati and Mary Pierce and was widely respected. Despite his reputation, he still went to Compton to see the sisters play. Needless to say, he was amazed. He offered them to come play and train at his facility in Florida, which the family accepted. Rick was able to develop the sisters both technically and mentally, while at the same time forming a bond with them. As time passed, both sisters impressed on the Florida tennis scene, though, as before, Venus was getting more praise and considered the bigger future prospect. Serena had to prove she was good enough. By the time Serena was 10, she had already amassed an amazing 46 wins out of 49 and was number 1 in the under 10 category in Florida. At this time though, Venus was also number 1, being the under 12 category, with a 63-0 record. Then Richard pulled them out of junior competition. Richard saw discrimination towards his daughters in these events and wanted them to focus more on their education. This caused tension between Macci and Richard, but Serena continued to attend Macci's academy, improving her skills although she wasn't competing in tournaments. When Serena was 13, Richard pulled her and Venus out of the academy and continued their training from home. A competitive Serena was desperate to compete in the pro game. She had the ability to do this too. She waited until she had turned 14 and tried to enter a WTA tournament, but was initially denied because of how young she was. At this point, Venus had played some WTA tournaments, which Serena wanted to do too. An infuriated teen Serena tried to sue the WTA, but was convinced otherwise by her father. She eventually managed to enter the Bell Challenge in Quebec a month or so later.
Bonjour.
By getting in as a wildcard to sidestep the age eligibility rules. Serena ended up losing her first match, winning just 2 games. But she made it. She made it to the WTA. As improbable as it sounded, 2 sisters from Compton were pro tennis players. Oh yeah, and at 14 years old. Serena's first pro match and loss was in October 1995. She actually didn't play for the rest of 95 and all of 1996. During this time, Serena continued to improve her skills and develop physically. In 1997, at 15 years old, Serena continued her WTA journey, trying to qualify for the main draw at Indian Wells, the Southern California Open and the Zurich Open, but was unsuccessful in each attempt. It was 5th time lucky for Serena as she qualified for the Kremlin Cup, but lost in the first round in the main draw. She again qualified for another tournament, the Ameritech Cup in Chicago, but this is where she started to get some success. She earned her first main draw win against world number 27 Elena Liketseva in straight sets, then number 7 seed Mary Pierce in 2 sets, and then in the quarterfinals she showed her quality by beating world number 4 Monica Seles in 3. Serena eventually lost to the 5th seed in the semi-finals, Lindsay Davenport. This great run left Serena ranked 99 in the world by the end of 1997. At the start of the 1998 season, Serena had her debut main draw slam in the Australian Open. She won her first match, but then had to play her sister Venus in the second round. Venus won in straight sets. This was the first time they played each other professionally. They also played on another occasion in '98, with Venus winning this as well, 2-0 Venus. Serena had a good showing in the 1998 season though, reaching 6 tournament quarterfinals and 1 semi-final. Unfortunately, no finals for this season sadly. Serena excelled in doubles in '98, winning 2 WTA titles with Venus. What's even more impressive was that Serena had 2 incredible runs at Wimbledon and the US Open in mixed doubles with Max Mirny and ended up winning both titles. Serena was a multiple-time slam winner. This awoke Serena's hunger for Grand Slams. She won in singles glory too. Despite no singles titles in '98, Serena still managed to finish 20 in the world. Serena was 17 at this point. '99 was Serena's breakthrough season. She recorded her first WTA title at the Open Gaz de France, one of many milestones achieved for Serena this season. She followed this up with another trophy at Indian Wells, up there with the most prestigious tournaments other than a Grand Slam. Serena also beat the legendary Steffi Graf in the final. On a hot streak, Serena made it to the final of Miami in March, putting her on a 16-match win streak. She lost in the final though, against what seemed like her kryptonite, Venus. She was now 0-3 against her. Serena picked up one more title near the end of the year when she captured the LA Championships. That was 3 titles already, but the best was yet to come. In the '99 US Open, Serena shined on the Grand Slam stage. This was her major breakthrough. Serena started the Open, winning her first 2 rounds in dominating fashion. The next 3 rounds were a battle though, with Serena having to come back from a set down against Clijsters, Martinez, and in the quarterfinals Seles. This set up an all-American clash in the semi-finals with defending champion Lindsay Davenport. This was another 3-set battle, with Serena once again prevailing. The final was against the world number 1 Martina Hingis, who had beaten her sister Venus in the other semi-final. Serena powered through, winning in straight sets and captured her first Grand Slam title, the US Open. She did it. Her dream was a reality. The season wasn't done though. She won yet another tournament in less than a month, the Grand Slam Cup. Guess who she beat in the final? Yep, Venus. She finally got a win over her older sister, and damn did that feel good. Yeah! Serena and Venus were a dominant force though in doubles in '99. They won 3 tournaments, and 2 of them were Grand Slams, the French and the US Open. At the end of the '99 season, an 18-year-old Serena was 4 in the world in singles and the US Open champion. This was the beginning of something truly special. Serena had started her journey to tennis immortality and ultimately her place in sporting history. I hope you all enjoyed this video and thank you for watching to the end. At some point I'll make a part 2 to Serena's story, but wanted to put something together to cover her extraordinary rise to the top of the tennis world. Thank you again guys.